Hello, everybody. Good morning, and we are so delighted and so happy to have you here for this first session of our Project Portfolio Lab. And yeah, please, if you are in the chat, please drop and let us know where you are joining us from. We'll be glad to celebrate you. We'll be glad to have you here. We are glad. We are not even will be glad. We are glad to have you here, guys. Welcome to the Power BI Basics. Many of you have been wondering what Power BI is all about. Well, guys, it's not like any other session you've been on. This is our project portfolio lab, and I'm telling you, in fact, you should even frame this that you will leave this place rebranded with a portfolio, with something to showcase to people, with something to give a shout out to people and say, oh no, I'm not just doing data analytics, like I'm a boss already in it. So yeah, guys, on to the next slide. Yes, you meet your amazing host. Yeah, your amazing host. That is I, Anibit Skudo, your community ambassador, and Buhari Shehu, your data scientist and technical mentor, who is here to make those things that sound too complex for you to be simpler, and not just that, equip you with something you're going to be proud of in the coming time, something you can share with people, something you can tell people that I did not just do ALX, so I have something to show for it, and it's not going to be brag. It's going to be something that you can show working. Yeah. So on to our rules of engagement. This is the next slide, our agenda, sorry. So our rules of engagement, our main session, our Q&A, our support channels, and yes, those updates and announcements that you wouldn't want to miss on. I know many of us have some challenges. So our rules of engagement are, if you got any questions, please post them on the Q&A section. Please do well to use the chat feature liberally and respectfully. They will be open so that you can engage with the technical mentor during it. So you are here to listen, you're here to learn, you're here to engage, and please bring all those vibes. If you know somebody that is not here, go and drag them, because they wouldn't want to miss the session for anything. Like they wouldn't want to watch what happened in the session. They want to be here. So go on and grab those people, drag them along, make sure that they are here. They are here. So yes, on to the main session as I welcome Buhari Shehu, your technical mentor and your data scientist. Guys, give it up for him. Give it up for him in the reactions. I'm not seeing reactions coming. I'm not allowed him to speak if you guys are not giving the reactions. Yeah, I can see the claps and the love. He can't see them, but I see them for him. So yeah. Thank you, guys. Over to you, Buhari.
All right. Thank you, Anibet, and thank you all for the reactions. I appreciate it. So before we dive in, I have a quick quiz for you, and trust me, it is going to be interesting. I just want to know how far, how aware you are with this. And also, before I proceed, you might see some black boxes on my screen. Please bear with me. This is because I'm using my Windows laptop. As you know, MacBook doesn't allow someone to run Power BI desktop, except maybe if you are using Power BI service, or if you are using a cloud computing service. So as for my own case, I have this Windows laptop, but it is the one that is showing this black boxes. So please bear with me, be patient. I'll try as much as possible to see how I can circumvent this. All right, so before we proceed, there's this question for you. So I just want to know in the chat, please tell me what percentage of global data was created in just the last 2 years. Okay, let me see the chat. Hi, Gift. What percentage of data was created in the last 2 years? Any numbers? That's the whole data in the whole universe. What percent? Okay. Wajuade is saying 80%. Thank you for the response. Fortune 81%. Vicky 40%. Eniola 75%, David 50%. Okay, good take. Jafar is saying 80. I can see 85. Moses says about 90. Fatima said 90. Okay. Paul said 90. Okay. So let's see the answer. Yes, 90% of global data was created in just the last 2 years. So you can imagine how staggering the amount of data we generate every day. All right. So approximately only -% of generated enterprise data get analyzed. So can you guess out of the generated data? Okay, I think maybe what I can do, let me stop sharing because of this black box and share again to see whether I can take care of that. Sorry. Oops. This black box is still my enemy. Okay. Sorry about that. So approximately -% of generated enterprise data get analyzed. Can you get the percentage? David said 40. Okay. Jafar said 20. Huawei said 40. Grace said 45. Fortune said 15. Okay, somebody said 2 to 3%. Okay, good attempts. So approximately 12 to 30% of generated enterprise data get analyzed. Okay, so the next question is, data-driven companies are -times more likely to top their competitors in customer acquisition. I know this black box is covering it, but I have read it for you. Data-driven companies are -times more likely to top their competitors in customer acquisition. So how many times are they more likely to achieve this objective? Some said 10, okay. Enola said 3 times, okay, that's 300%. David said 4 times, okay, good one. All right, so according to McKinsey & Company, data-driven companies are 23 times more likely to top their competitors in customer acquisition. So what is this telling us? If you are data-driven, like you have 2,300% more likely to achieve your objective. And we get to know that, okay, 30% of the only 30% of the generated data that gets utilized. So, which means about 70% of the data is even underutilized or not utilized at all. So this is telling us that there is still untapped opportunity if we can get to analyze that 70%, that remaining 70%. So I guess if we can be able to analyze the remaining 70%, maybe if we say 23 times 3, that will be around 60 what? 69. So maybe you might be 69 times better at handling, at achieving your objectives. All right, so one of the tools that you can use to achieve this, okay, the learning outcome for today, that's what we intend to walk away with today, is by the end of this session, you should be able to create basic visuals in Power BI, 1. Then 2, you should be able to apply filters to your visuals. And 3, you should be able to extract insight from your visuals. As you know, the insight we extract from data are what we can use in order to make data-driven decisions so that we can always put our companies at a competitive edge. All right. So now, you remember Anibet at the opening was mentioning that this is Project Portfolio Lab. So this project, by the end of this project, you should be able to take what we do here, 1, refine it, 2, then be able to put it on GitHub, 3, and you should also be able to share it with your friends on LinkedIn. You know, you never can tell when a recruiter might notice what you are doing. And we have gotten countless experiences where learners, even while still running the program, get to the interview stage. So looking for a job, I advise that right from now. And how do you keep your LinkedIn active is by sharing some of this work that you do. So this is a project that you can just take and put it as your portfolio project. But however, you have to refine it because you need to stand out from the crowd. You need to put yourself in the project. So that's why I will not do all the things. We'll do some of them together. You will do others yourself, and you also put your own touch so that the project will be outstanding. And I will be expecting I'll be watching LinkedIn to see what you build out of this project. All right, thank you. So I see Messi is raising her hand. Please, if you have any question, you can put it in the chat. TMs are there to answer some of those questions, and those questions that are suitable to be answered by me, I will answer them when we come to Q&A, and also intermittently. All right, so what problem are we trying to solve? As you know, no company will employ you just because you know how to use Power BI. No, they will employ you to solve their problem. All right. So for you to be successful in solving problem, you remember right from Explore 101, you need to be able to define the problem. So now the problem statement for this project is the data we are going to use is the Global Superstore data set. So Global Superstore data set, Global Superstore is a company, has been effective in collecting large amounts of business data, but they are also suffering from the fact that they are not yet leverage it for analysis. So they are collecting data, but they are not analyzing it. You remember the 30%, the only 30% I get to be utilized. So Global Superstore is still part of that. So as a result, the store faces challenges such as poor decision-making. As you know, when your decision-making is not data-driven, then it might be poor because in that case, it might be as a result of gut feeling or just what you think should happen. Not only poor decision-making, you might miss growth opportunities and inefficient use of resources. So maybe the staff you have, you are not using them efficiently. Maybe there are a lot of duplicity, a lot of redundancy. Without the data, you might not be able to spot that. Most especially if the company is big. If it is very small business, well, you can still work with, you can still process the data with your brain and you are good to go. But once you start, but even when it is small business, you will still be at advantage because the analysis will be faster when you are when you are using these tools to achieve your goals. So the aim of this project is to develop an interactive dashboard that will provide valuable insight, improve decision-making, and uncover opportunities for business growth. All right. And the tool we are going to use in this project is Power BI. And as I mentioned, please bear with me with this black box, which is trying to. All right. So Power BI is Microsoft Business Intelligence and Data Visualization tool. And it helps you to turn raw data into interactive dashboard and reports. And you can also use that report to extract your insights. Power BI is not the only business intelligence tool that is in the market. We have Google Looker Studio, we have Tableau, we have QuickSight by Amazon. We have so many of them. So depending on your budget and your consideration, that might point to you which tool to use. And however, it's not sometimes it's the company that will determine what you should use. The lesson you will learn here, or the skills you will gain from this webinar, you can transfer them to other tools. You might see that they are somewhat similar, only that you may need to change one or two things because of the way they are structured. All right, so now before we start building, we need to know the type of visualizations that are in existence. Well, what is visualization? It refers to the graphical representation of data using chart, graphs, and maps. Different visualizations are suitable for different types of analysis. All right, so you know data. Okay, let me ask this question in the chat. Is data abstract or physical? Let me see. Is data abstract or physical? Is data concrete? Can you see it? Okay, I see many of us are saying abstract. Okay. Okay, abstract. Yes, you get it. Data is abstract. It's just abstract concepts. Now, since data is abstract, how do you visualize the data? So one of the things that you can do to visualize the data is to use numbers, those symbols like 1, 2, 3, 4. That's one. But still, that is not effective. As you know, humans are visual creatives. We understand the information faster when pictures are involved. So if you want to be good at reaching your insight, then it's better you try to visualize what is abstract, right? It's just like when I ask you to, okay, let me not go there. All right, so you can use charts, graphs, or maps. And so this data, you remember we have different data types, right? So because they are different, the visual that will be useful for one type of data might not be suitable for the other. So that's why we have different type of data types. Visualization. One of them is bar chart. So this is excellent. You know, you remember we have, okay, I supposed to even ask you, how many type of data do we have? Can you remember? Let me see in the chat. Or just mention two types of data, you know. I know sometimes it might be more than two, but just depending on how you intend to classify it. Priscilla, please bear with me with these squares. They are there. I don't know how to solve them for now. It's because I'm using my Windows system. That's why those dark boxes are appearing. But I'll try as much as possible to see how I can minimize that. Okay, somebody says structured and unstructured. Okay, I think Paul is looking at the structure. And then Caroline is saying discrete and continuous. Yes. So this one, you are talking about the numerical type. Okay. Yes, I think Fatima got it. We have quantitative and qualitative. All right. So the quantitative, those are the ones that you can easily quantify you can easily attach number to them. Then the qualitative, those are the ones that you can describe. So because of these different categories, that's why maybe, another name for qualitative is categorical, right? So if you have categorical data sets, an example of categorical may be like gender, that is categorical. And another one like education level, you might be primary, secondary, or tertiary. All these are categorical. So if you have this categorical, they are like primary is not number. How do you represent that? You can use bar chart. And this is especially if you have multiple categories that you want to compare them and see how they differ from one another. All right. You can also use column chart. So bar chart is mostly suitable if you have long names. So if you have long names, it's better you present it vertically so that you can read the names and one name will not enter into the other. The spelling of one name will not intersect the other. All right. So if you have long names, use the vertical bar chart. However, if the names are very small or you have little categories, then you can use the column chart. All right. Then we also have the line chart. This one is suitable for tracking trends over time. So maybe your store is selling for a long period of time. So that time, how do you track the sales that you have for a complete year? Line chart is suitable for that. You also have the pie chart. This one is used to get the proportions, all right? And it's more suitable for fewer categories. If your categories are much, then this is not going to be suitable, as we will see with demonstration. Then, as you know, choosing the right visual is crucial for effective communication. If you have a poor choice, you can mislead the audience and you can sometimes confuse them. All right. So we still have the scatter plot. So this is used in showing relationship between data. So if you have two continuous data sets, like sales and discounts, right? So, people like discounts, right? So maybe the more the discount, the more the sale. So how do we know that that is the case? Meaning the more the discount, the more the sales. Then we can use scatter plot to determine that. So, and this is true. For example, those of you that are using online stores that do Black Friday, during Black Friday, there are a lot of discounts and many people would like to shop during that time. So you may use that, the scatter plot, to see, okay, is it that the more the sales, the more the what's it called? The more the discount, the more the sales. Is it the case? You can use scatter plot to answer that. So another business terminology is not all sales that yield to profit. So sometimes you might be interested in knowing, okay, is it the more the discount, the more the profit? Or is it that as you are putting more discounts, you are losing revenue? You are losing your profitability. So if that's the case, then you might say, okay, you can even use the scatter plot to determine which your maximum discount that you can be profitable, right? Then we also have the area chart, which is line chart that is shaded. That's the curve that is formed by line chart is shaded. So this is useful for showing the magnitude of change over time and for highlighting the total volume or value, right? Then we have the map visual. So if you are a company that is having a lot of branches over the country or over the world, across the world, then you go for map visual. Then we also have the gauge visual. this is most especially useful when you have a KPI. You know, as a company, you might have a target, maybe a revenue target that you want to achieve. And you may also have your daily revenue or your monthly revenue or your whatever revenue. So you use this to see, okay, how many percent of your target were you able to achieve this month, right? So Gauge visual is suitable for this. Now, order a lot of visuals, which I might not introduce now. All right, so now we go into the demo of this portfolio project. But before I move on, let me see some of the questions. Okay. I'm a Linux user and I can't install a virtual machine on my laptop. Performance issue. How get the public IP address and connect remotely? Well, Power BI is mostly premium. That's the Power BI service is premium. And maybe you can search online. Maybe there are other hacks, but I'm not aware of. Okay, somebody having problem with MySQL. Maybe one of the mentors can address that. All right, so let's move on. Oh, sorry. Now, the data we are going to use was obtained from Kaggle. So I think let me show you how you can get data from Kaggle. All right. So first of all, you need to create an account. I have done that. So here you can search. So for this one, I know the data I want. So I just search the name, Global Superstore data set. And you can see you have different data set here. You can click this. All right. And maybe you can check by date or by relevance. Then from here, you can click this. Then here you can see download. So you say download and you can do API download or you can use this one, download dataset as a zip file, right? So when you click that, it's going to be downloaded and you can go there and extract it very easy, all right? So I have done that and the data set I got for the Superstore, remember I've told you I have cleaned it, right? So the date is having some problem, but the cleaning is not complete. So you launch your Power BI. All right. So as I've mentioned, the data set I got for the global Superstore, I cleaned the order date and the shipment date. So there are other issues which I didn't touch. The main purpose of this webinar is to show us how to do visualization. Although it's I can address this. Yeah, I think to some extent. All right, so after cleaning that, there are other issues which we will see, but let's not focus on that. Now you get your data. To get your data, you click this. Then the data I got is in CSV format. So you click text, CSV, then you say connect. All right, so I have it stored here. Then you click this and you say open. So the moment you say open, it is now connecting. And let's see. All right, so now you can see we're getting a preview of the data. We can see we have row ID, order ID, shipment date, and the rest of that. So now at the bottom, you can see different buttons. One is to load the data. If you trust that the data is clean, you can do that. Another one is to transform the data, which is going to summon the Power Query editor so that you can analyze the data and see if there are any issues for you to clean. So let me try to transform the data and see if we'll be able to see the Power Query editor. Oh. Question. So let me stop sharing and share again so that we can see the data. All right, so under this Power Query editor, when you launch it, this is how you see it. Initially, it wasn't like this. So because I changed the view, that's why you are seeing this. So let me remove this, and this. So this is how you see your Power Query editor interface. All right. Now, you can change the view because this one is not highlighting any issues. So you come under view, then you can show white space, that is one. Then you check column quality. So when you do this, it is going to be showing you any issues that you have in your data set. Like we can see now, under row ID, it is 100% valid. Order ID is 100% valid. When we scroll down, everything is 100% valid. So if there's any error that Power BI capture, you will see the error here. And sometimes it will even show you the percentage empty. That's the percentage null that you have in a given column. So let me see, I think there is one column that is empty. Yes, this is it, this one. So we can see this one, 80% of it is empty. It's only 20% of the postal code that is having value, right? So that's it. Then another thing you can do is to check this column distribution. So this is going to give you this small graphs. All right, so you can use these graphs to identify when there is duplicate in the data set. So like here, we can see that we have 1,000 distinct entries, and all of the 1,000 are unique. So there is no duplicate under the row ID. However, when you come to order ID, you have 485 distinct orders. And out of those orders, 230 are unique, which means there is duplicate orders. But on close examination of those orders, you will also see that those orders, they are valid despite the fact they are duplicated, because in one order, a customer might decide to order 3 or more products, and each product will have its own entry here. So that is valid, and you can use this to check that. And when you click this, what do you see? All right, so another thing to notice is that under here, okay, this thing is covering it. Under here, you can see column profiling based on top 1,000 rows. So you need to change this for the entire row. So when you click it, you will see column profiling based on the entire data set. So it is when you click this that all the issues will be identified for the whole data set. If you leave that, then it will be for the first 1,000, all right? And then, so just by this side of this black box, under it, you see some of the applied steps. That's some of the transformation that the Power Query editor was able to achieve. And you can also check that one. Don't worry, there's a placing for that. This is just introductory. So if it is complex to you, bear with us, you'll get to learn it later. And you can also do your analysis of, that's the visual analysis of your data using something like, what is it called? Something like Excel, just to find out some of the data issues if Power Query editor is somewhat complicated to you. So after you finish everything, now you come here, you come back to home, you click this, apply and close, or close and apply. So once you do that, then you'll be rerouted back to the main Power BI. Then, okay, people are saying they can't see what I'm clicking. Okay, let me see. How do I get a pointer in Zoom? All right, so you can see this, apply changes. All right. So this apply changes. When you click that, okay, Dennis, the data set that I downloaded, you can get it from Kaggle, and after this webinar, I'll give you the data set for you to work with, right? Most especially the one I use for this webinar, it is somewhat transformed. So it's still loading. We still have 11 MB. Okay, now it's loaded. Okay, now we can say apply changes. So now as you say apply changes, you can see this data pane is coming up. Working on it. Okay, now we can see our data is here, right? So this is called the data pane. And this is the visualization pane. And this is the filter pane. And these are different views in Power BI. This view is called the visual view, the table view. And you know, some case, where do you see the relation? Then you click this.
Okay, I think there was a break in that he will join us soon. So please kindly exercise patience. Thank you.
Please bear with me. I will change the network. I think I got network disruption.
Okay, so okay, while we wait for okay, he's back online. Thank you. On to you, Buhari.
All right. Apologies for the network issues. Why are people calling Tinubu? Okay. We have the okay, I don't know where I got lost. So as I was mentioning, we have the data. Okay, here is the let me go back. We have the data pane, we have the visualization pane, and we have the filters pane. So this is your canvas where you do your visuals. And here you have your okay, I think the network is back now. So as I was mentioning, all right, so this is the data pane, this is the visualization pane, this is the filter pane, this is your canvas where you do your visuals, and this is the report view. This is the table view where you get to interact with your table. This is the data model view where you do your relational database. And we also have the DAX view where you get to see your DAX queries. Then we also have the TMDL view, all right? So for the most part, let's explore this data. All right. So the visuals we are going to create, I have them here. Okay, sorry about that. I don't know, a lot of issues today. Please apologies for that. All right, I guess I am back. Okay, what am I doing again? So please, the person that is saying I should do it again, I'm not doing anything different. So I'm just trying to like get the tasks that we need to do over this webinar, which I have put in one document. So our data set, when you explore it, we have the raw ID, we have order ship mode, we have customer ID, customer name, segment, city, state, country, postal, code, market, region, product ID, category, subcategory, product name, sales, quantity, discount, profit, shipping costs, and yes, and shipping costs. So now in the chat, please, can you tell me which visuals do you think we need to create based on these data sets? Which visuals do you think we need to create based on these columns that we have? We have raw ID, we have order ID, order date, ship mode, customer ID, customer name, segment, city, state, country, like that. So let me go slowly. Okay, somebody say column chart. Emmanuel is saying regional sales. So I agree with you, regional sales. Where do I create this one again? Okay, I'll go to the chat and see what people are saying. Somebody said profit. That is one. Profit per product. Somebody said total sales per country. Oh, I know the texts are tiny, but I'll enlarge it later. Relationship between orders and sales. Okay, please, for those of us that are confused, what I'm trying to do here is to get the visuals that we are going to create through this webinar, and I want to get it from you guys. So some are saying we should do profits. Some are saying we should do profit per product. Some are saying we should do total sales per country, and some are saying we should do other sales. So I think in order to minimize the distraction, I think we have had a lot. Instead of going this way, I've already come up with some of the visuals that I think we can create. So let me just copy them here so that we can just follow. All right. So these are some of the visuals that we need to create. So let's come to page 2. We need to create total sales. And for total sales, there's a visual that is called CAD or KPI. That is what is suitable for that. So on the visualization pane here, when you come here, this is the CAD visual. You just click it. After clicking it, it will appear like this. So here, what I will do, I will resize it. All right. So after resizing it, now I'll come to my data. I'll come to my data pane. So here you can see sales. Okay, remember what am I? Okay, total sales. So in these columns, you can see what? You can see sales. So what you do, you just highlight the visual, then you click the checkbox, and that, just like that, you get your total sales. I hope this makes sense. You just click the sales. First of all, you click the visual, then you come to your sales and you click it, and just like that, you get the total sales. Somebody might be saying, how do I know that it is total sales? You can see here down, we have sum of sales. And I don't need to put any formula to know that it is total sales because Power BI automatically have done the manipulation for us. So you can see here under fields, we're having sum of sales. However, you may decide to say, okay, you are not looking for the sales, you are looking for average sales. So in order to do that, when you can click this, when you click it, you can see here, you can be able to change it to average. So when you change it to average, we have average of 246 sales and for the entire business life. Maybe you are interested in the minimum number of sales, you can click minimum. I don't know why we should be having minimum that is 0.44. I don't know whether there's product that is 0.44, but that's what this is telling us, which means there might be an issue there, which we didn't check initially. So you can also check the maximum sales. All right. You can check the number of sales. Okay. So this will count the number of sales. We have 51,290 sales. All right. There are different things. You can check the variance. Okay, somebody is saying he can't see what I'm clicking. I think there is a internet lag there. But you can see, okay, now let's go back to the sum. So now we are getting the sum of sales. All right. So next up, we are going to calculate what? Total profit. So similar to this, we can get our total profit. We just need to click this When you click this card, you get a new one here. Then you come to the data pane. Under the data pane, you click this profit. We can see profit there. When you click that, automatically Power BI have computed the sum of the profit for you for the whole year. I mean, for the whole business life cycle. Next, we get the profit margin. So to get the profit margin, you need a bit of calculation here, which is profit divided by sales. That's the profit margin. That's what percentage of your sale yield to profit. So when you check your data, you will see that there is no place where you have profit margin. So this is a metric that you need to calculate yourself. Right? To do that, you come here where you click new measure. I know you didn't treat measures for now, but it's just a way of doing calculation in Power BI instead of just similar to how you do calculation in Excel. So when you do that, you will be presented with this where you need to give name to the measure. And the name for this measure is called profit margin. And we know that our profit margin is equal to sum of what? So you can see once you do this, you are presented with autofill. So we say sum of sales. When you scroll down, you can see superstore sales. So this is referring to the column sales. Oops. Let's do it again. New measure. There is a profit margin is equal to sum open bracket. Then you scroll down, sum of sales, you close the bracket, divide by sum of, oh, is it sum of sales or sum of profit? So here is supposed to be sum of profit, not sum of sales. So sum of profit divided by sum of sales. So once you start typing, it will come. Then you click this and you close. So now, okay, it is saying it's already in use because of the other one that we created. So let me give it another name here too. Profit margin 2 is equal to. All right, so immediately you do that, you can see oh, somebody is saying he can't see anything. Maybe you can refresh your Zoom because I can see it from my phone here. So immediately you create, yes, immediately you create the measure. You can see it appearing here with a calculator icon. So this calculator icon is what is telling you that, okay, this is calculated, all right? So now if we want to see this, we come to our card and we click it. Then all we need to do is to click the sum of profit. I mean the profit margin. So now we can see the profit margin is appearing. How do I create a new measure? Okay, maybe we'll create multiple measures. So you'll see how I create that one. And okay, maybe what I can do, let me finish with the metrics or the visuals so that I will show you how to format it. All right, so this is profit margin. We can see we are having 0.12, but this one is supposed to be in percentage. So how do you format this visual to be in percentage? So while selecting this, you come to your visualization pen. Then you come to this pen brush, you click it. Then you come to general. When you come to general, you go to where? I remember. Okay, you come to visual. Okay, you come to visual, then you say call out value. You click this. When you click this, oh, it's not here. Okay. So let's check. Properties, let's check property. No, it's not this. Title effects. Okay, you come to data format, yes. So under this data format, you can see format options. You click this down arrow, then you say format as percentage. So immediately you do that, you can see we are having 11.61%, which is the summary of that percentage that you have. All right. So next up here, we can see we have the total quantity sold. This might be another metric that you want to track. So you click your card visual. Then you come to your data pen. Under the data pen, what do we want? What are we trying to get? Quantity sold. All right, that's the number of the product that we sell. So let's check to see which one will answer this. Order ID, profits. Okay, we have quantity here. So while selecting this, you can click quantity. Another way of doing this is to click this quantity, you drag it to this field. Okay, you click this quantity, drag it to these fields. That's another way of doing it, right? So we can see the number of quantity that we sold is equals to this. Sorry, I think a lot of issues today. Let me plug in my system.
Okay. Okay, while we wait for Buhari to come back. Yes, let's just get right into the question and answers that we have here. I see that our technical mentors are responding to them, and I'll just
Hello,
read out the
Anipet,
ones that
I'm back.
haven't yet been responded to. So the technical mentor can answer them for you guys.
Hello, Anipet.
Great.
I'm back. Can you hear me?
Okay, so for the legacy point issues, please
Hello.
exercise patience. Our team is working on it, and you will soon receive your legacy point. I can assure you that you soon receive your legacy point.
Hello,
So
Anipet.
please,
Anipet, I'm back.
we are currently working on this issue, and you will soon get your legacy point. And
Hello.
I see a question here. Hi, regarding the question about above, would it be a smart idea to dive into Power Platform? Please provide benefits it has in data analytics, if possible. Shego, I don't know if you get that question.
Yeah,
Hello, Anipet.
I did get it. Anibet, can you hear Buhari? Buhari is back. He's trying to reach you. So we can hand over to Buhari. Once Buhari is
Okay,
done to Q&A. Yeah.
thank you, Buhari. Over to you.
Okay, thank you, Anipet. So when you get the instructions, please, there are a lot of other metrics that you can include in your own visuals in order to make it your own, right? So please do well to look at that. For the purpose of time, I think we can explore other visuals. So now, the next one maybe is trend over time. So how do you track trend over time? To achieve that, we can come here. We click, just before I proceed, who can tell me which type of visual in the chat, which type of visual is suitable for tracking trend over time? Yes, I'm seeing line chart. So when you come to this visual, we click this line chart. So now what are we, trend of what are we tracking over time? So let's track sales over time, right? So when you click this, under here, you can see we have our x-axis. So what should go in x-axis? Is it the sales or the date? Which one? Sales or date, which one should go into the x-axis? Let me see in the chart. All right, so the sales will go into y-axis while date will go into x-axis. So here we check the order date. When you scroll up, okay, this is the order date. You can just click it. Sometimes Power BI will automatically add it for you. It knows where it will go, which is the x-axis, right? Then next up, you can also click here to add it to your y-axis. So we are tracking sales over time. Then we click this. So now this is our visual for sales over time. All right, so when you look at this, this is for the year 2011, this is 2012, 2013, 2014, down to 2015. All right, so but how can we make this one more meaningful? Maybe how can we be more granular in our analysis? We can see, can somebody tell me which type of trend can we see from this line chart? Let me increase it. So which type of trend can we see from this line chart? In the chat, please, can somebody tell me upward trend? Of course, somebody is saying of exponential. Upward or growth trend? Okay, growth. Yes, growth. Very good. But sometimes it might also be good, although we determine that this is upward trend or growth trend or whatever you describe it, you can see the company is what is improving over time, which means we are safe to some extent. However, let's be more granular by digging to see how our sales look like. So that is where these two arrows come into the picture. So you click this. So maybe you want to analyze by quarters. So you can see this is quarters, our sales by quarters. That is still also upward trend. Then another one, you can drill maybe by month. So we can see this is our monthly sales. We can see February. Usually February we get the lowest sales. And during December, we get the highest sales, maybe because of Black Friday. and the sales is somewhat zigzag like that. So this is giving us the monthly trend. And we can also say, okay, out of the days of the month, which one is, what's the trend like? So you can click this arrow again. So we can see this is the trend for the month. Okay, I'm clicking this twice. So let me remove. All right, so we can see for the first day, usually the 10th day, that's when we record our highest sales. All right. Okay, that being said, remember what is the, let's go back to the report. What's the range of our data set? So meaning, when did the data, what's the range for the date? When is it starting and when is it finishing? So I think in order to answer this question, we can add a card here. So here we click our date, our order date. So that will give us the beginning or the genesis of our business. So this order date, when you come under field, you click it. It is counting the ALS. So the ALS here is Saturday, January. Oh, this text is big. Okay, let me reduce it. All right. So we can see the earliest day order date, that's the beginning of the business, is 1st January 2011. Let's see the last day of the business. Okay, still another card. Then we come to order date. Then we come to these fields and we say the latest, that's, okay, the latest is what? Let's reduce this size again. Okay, the latest is 31st December 2014. Now, when you look at this visual, you can see that the data is somewhat aggregated. So like this January, it is not telling you the January is either for 2011 or 2014. The February is also not telling whether it is that of 2013 or 2014. What it does is it will take the January of 2011 and that of 2012, that of 2013, and that of 2014, and add them up together, right? So sometimes this is not what you want. Maybe you want to see how your business is performing across the year. Is it that for all the Januaries you consistently have lower sales? Or is it that for all the July you consistently have lower sales? So how do you achieve this? Well, in order to achieve this, what you can do, you come to this y-axis, you drag your sales again. No, not sales. We come to s-axis. No, not all that one. You come to legend. Yes, you come to legend. Then you drag your date. Now we want to use our date as legend. So we can now drag our order date to the legend. So once you do this, then we can come here and say, then when you right click this, you can see date hierarchy. You click this one. So immediately you do that, now you can see our visual is now separated for each of the individual years. So you can compare each month for each year to see, okay, so now we can see the trend we are having here. February is usually having consistently lower sales. We can see the February of 2014. The sales of February of that year is less than the sales of March. When you come to 2013, the sales of that year is lower than that of March. When you come to Okay, I'm missing it up. The red one is the 2014. The sales is consistently lower than that of March. So we can see this is a trend or somewhat what we call seasonality. Okay, Doreen is saying I'm confused right now. So please, if you can tell us why you are confused, then I may be able to help you. But maybe I think let me repeat this this stage. I hope you are not confused up to this point, right? So what I'm saying, up to this point, you can see this sales, sum of sales, is the sum of sales of all Januaries. Remember, our data or our business starts from 1st January 2011 to Wednesday, December 2014. So when you take 1 January, like this visual now, what is telling you that this January sales, it is summing the sales of January 2011, 2012, 2013, 2014. So you have 4 Januaries here. And sometimes what you might be interested in is in knowing the sales of January 2011 separate from that of 2012, separate from that of 2013, and separate from that of 2014. So how do you achieve this? In order to achieve that, we say on this same visual, you can achieve that. And what do? Normally, you come to this legend under your visualization pen. Under this legend, you now come to your same order date and you drag it, you drop it under the legend field. So when you do that, you can see this is giving you some dots. So how do you separate it so that you get it for each? Then you click this arrow, this down arrow. Then instead of order date, you click date hierarchy. So when you click date hierarchy, then the data or the line chart will be separated by the what? By various years. So you can see for 2011, you have the green one. For 2012, the blue line is for 2012. The yellow line is for 2013. And the red line is for 2014. All right. I hope this clears your confusion. If it doesn't, you can still ask in the Q&A. Now, we can see that, okay, in this data set, there are somewhat kind of seasonality. Whenever we reach February, there are low sales, right? So sometimes you may ask yourself, why do we always have low sales in February? This is another new question based on your data analysis. If you didn't do this one, this analysis for seasonality, you might not be able to uncover that, right? Okay, and we can also see that consistently in July, we also have lower sales, and consistently in December, we are having higher sales, just like that. Now, there's also another insight that we can extract from this line chart. I hope you can extract those insights and show us the insight in the chat. So let me wait for you in the chat. Who can extract any other insight here? What insight can you also extract from this? Sales in June increase. Okay. What other insight can you extract from here? Sales of July. There's always dip in July. Yes, that's true. Always when we come to July, there is dip. So sometimes we may need to ask ourselves, why do we always have dip in July? Is it that is it raining season? People are in the farm. They are not patronizing our business. Somebody is saying 2014 January had the highest starting capital. Okay. Yes. Sales peaked towards the end of the year. That's true. 2011 was the best year. How do you know that? Well, to me, I think 2011 is the worst because it's the lowest here. So another insight that I thank you all for contributing, but another insight that we can extract from this visual is that this business is growing, right? In the sense that in all ramifications, the sales of 2012 are better than that of 2014. Like when we take January of that year, the sales of 2012 is better than that of 2014. When we even take February, that of 2012 is better than that of 2013. And in all the months, that's what is happening. It is only in September that the performance was the same, and also in December, right? Then when you also look at the sales of 2013 is always better than that of 2012. And when you also look at the sales of 2014 is always better than that of 2013. So this is telling us that our business is performing better year over year. I hope this answers the question. I mean, this answers or makes some senses. All right. So, well, you may also use another eye to see another instance. I mean another insight which my eyes might not have seen. All right. So that's that about this, and let's check again. We may also decide to say, okay, we want to see the profit trend over time. That's one. But I think since we have already gotten the line chart, let's go for another chart. Year over year growth. So all these ones are some of the things that you can add to your visuals to make the portfolio your own. All right. So let's do sales and profit segment by segment. Okay, let's do this one. Let's do sales. Okay, let me do another page because this one is filled up. So who can tell me? Now we have category here. And we want to see sales by category or profit by category. Let's do sales by category. So which type of visual is suitable for this? Or even before I close, they are saying bar chart. And I think you are all right. So we can use this column chart or this one. So for the meantime, let's use this. All right. So now, what should go to the x-axis? Which of this? Is it the category? Okay, I'm having, is it the category or the what? Or the sales? Which one should go to the x-axis? Well, always you take the category to the x-axis. So that's you take the categorical to the x-axis. So if you even click it, Power BI will automatically put it in x-axis. Then you can always come to your sales, and that is also put in the x-axis. I mean in the y-axis. So this is for the sales. So let me enlarge it. So you can see this is sum of sales in millions, and this is by category. So all in all, we have 3 categories. And from this visual, what insight can you extract? Let me see in the chat. From this visual, what insight can you extract? Technology category sells better. Very correct. Technology has the highest sales. That's right. And me, I can also see that supplies has the lowest sales. All right. So that's one insight. Now, this is a case where we are having 2 visuals. 2 variables in one visual. Can we add another variable here? The answer is yes. Maybe another question that we might be interested in asking is that, is it always that when we have higher sales that we're having profit? Does higher sales translate to profit? So in order to answer this, well, all we need to do is to plot that of profit along with the sales. So you come here, where is profit? So this is profit, you click it. When you click it, so the profit is going where? Oh, it's going to the legend. I don't want you to go to the legend, so I need to drag you. All right. So the profit should go to where? Should go to S-axis. So where is profit? Profit come to S-axis. Oh, what am I doing? Okay. Okay, another thing I can add here, oh, sorry, I'm supposed to put the profit in Y-axis because it is the number. That's why I'm having that. So profit come to Y-axis. Yes. So now we can see with this, we are able to get our sales alongside the profit. So what insight can you also see from this? What insight can you see from this? Can you show me the insight in the chat? All right, so me, the insight I can see, okay, somebody is saying furniture is more profitable. Is that the case? Okay, furniture makes the lowest profit. That's correct. Furniture has the least profit. That's correct. But what is even more interesting here? Can somebody tell us something that is more interesting? Office supply has made the highest profit. Okay, let me read the chat. Office supplies though has the lowest sales, but almost the same profit with technology. Okay, yes, this is true. Although we can see office supply has the lowest sales, but it is almost having more the same profit with technology, which is telling you that office supply is more profitable, though it is having the lower or the lowest sales. All right, that's one insight. And now here we can say, although the furniture category is having higher sales than the office supply category, office supplies is more profitable than the furniture. So it's not always that the higher the sales, the higher the profit. All right. Now, in this visual, again, we can still add another dimension to it. What dimension is that? Now we are having 3 variables in one visual. So under this category, remember we also have the subcategory. So under the subcategory, you can drag this one to S-axis. And when you do that, now your visual is going to be splitted by subcategory. All right. Now we can see that we have the subcategories. Here we have the bookcases, both the sales and the profit. And we can see under furniture, we're having loss. So here, when you click at it, you see that you're having minus 64,000. So meaning the loss here is 64,000. So we can always drill back. Let's drill back. So that's one good well, that's one power of Power BI. You can always drill through, and you can also drill back for more granular analysis. So when we drill back, okay, we can see furniture is even the one that is having the least profit. So we may be asking ourselves, is it all the product in furniture that make us to have the least profit? So let's drill again. So on doing that, we can see, okay, actually some of the products, they are profitable. It's only one, the table, that is having loss. So if you are the business owner, which kind of decision can you make based on this product table? We can see the sales of table is very high, but we are recording loss. So what can you do about this table in your business? In the chat, can you tell me, as a business owner? Suspend it, yes. So you see, Moses, you say we should suspend it. That's correct. That's one decision based on data. So your decision is driven by data. And Eniola is also saying, okay, instead of suspending it, why not look into this table to see why we are having this lower sales? Okay, I think this is a good question by Eniola. So let's look into the table and see why. So in order to do that, what we can do is to what? Is to click the product, and so that we have more granular. So where is product? So we have product name. We can still drag product name to x-axis. All right. So once we do that, but now we need to select only tables, right? So how do we select only tables? And this is where applying filter to a visual come in handy. So under this filtered panes, we can see we have the category, we have the subcategory. So under this, we can come here. Then we choose the filter. Okay. So here we can choose table. Where is table? Then we say tables. All right. So we can see that we apply. Hello, am I on the call, please? If I am, just indicate with thumbs up. Okay, I think I am. So when you click, when you apply this filter, now we want to determine this culprit table that is not profitable. So what we can do is to drill again to see that is it all the product in table that are not profitable. We can see that it's not all of them that are not profitable, but majority of them are not profitable. But like this one now is profitable. That's the Barracks conference table. This one is profitable. This one is also profitable. Some couple of them are profitable. So it's not all of them that are profitable. So instead of suspending all tables, you can say, okay, why not suspend these ones that we are recording loss in them? All right. So that is one power of Power BI. You can always drill until you reach the bottom of the problem. I hope this makes sense. If it does, you can indicate with thumbs up. If it doesn't, I don't know, do we have thumbs down? All right, so let's go back to our visuals to see what we can. Okay, go back to report. Okay, we need to remove the filter we applied to this visual. So let's remove it. Now everything is back and we are good to go. Okay, let's minimize this. Now out of our tags, what next? So for the purpose of time, what else can we do? Okay, let's do one again and we can move to other things. All right, so you may say, okay, you might also be interested in sales by region or sales by country. So we can click country. When you click that, then you come and click sales. So automatically we are getting the map visual. And under this map visual, we can see the bigger the cycle, the bigger the sales in those countries. All right, we can see this, we can see that. So here the insight here we can say is that North America is our biggest customer. And there's one town which is called Mongolia in Asia, which is our lowest. Well, that might be the lowest, but human beings might not be good at size of cycles, right? Okay, maybe this one is the lowest. Tajikistan, that's our lowest, where we have our lowest sales. All right. So that's that about that. And what else again? Let's see. Okay, so another thing we can do here, like the other time you see I applied my filter to this visual. Instead of that, I can also apply filter to the whole visual. So how do I achieve that? What I can do here is to use, where is the drop down? Okay, this slicer. All right. So when I put this slicer, I can now decide to say, okay, remember the other time we did by subcategory, so I can decide to add the subcategory here. Now, instead of going to the visual itself, I'll click it from here, and you can see this visual is already filtered based on the selection by this slicer, right? Now, another good thing here is that this slicer is going to apply to all visuals in this on this canvas. So if we have, okay, let me go back to this page so that I can show you what I mean. All right, let me apply the visual here. Okay, subcategory. So here, immediately I click these tables. I think I'm having lag. So I think I'm having system lag. Apologies for that. But in essence, okay, let's see. All right. Oh. So let's click subcategory. After clicking subcategory, then you can come to your tables. Now, everything about this visual is about the table subcategory. Like this sum of sales is about the table subcategory, the quantity of tables that we sell for the whole year. This is the sum of the profit. So remember we said that we are having loss So you can see the loss here is minus 64,000. And all these are sales for that same table. And we can see even the profit margin is minus 8.49. 46. And when we release it now, it's everything. So this is what makes Power BI to be interactive. Like the person that is building the dashboard might not be the one that is going to use it. So the person that is using it can ask the data some questions and he might get his answer along the line. All right. So another thing is like here, that's one of it. And what you can do, you can also filter by clicking the visual itself. So when you click this visual, now everything here is going to be based on that thing that you click. All right. So I hope this makes sense. All right. So for the purpose of time, I think we are going to stop here with this. But before we do, I have some quick things to show you. Now, before you can share this as your portfolio project, you need to tidy this up. What you can do is you need to have a clean layout. So here, you can bring this one down. Maybe all your cards should be at the top. Usually you can put your headings here, maybe global store data sets like that. Can align these ones here. Can align them here. You can bring your line chart here. Remember, okay, we can delete this one. All right, so maybe if you have another bar chart here, let's include bar charts. And let's do this for let's do for market. And let's do profit by market for your dashboard. Well, this might not be the designing might require a lot of time. So at your leisure time, please do design it well so that it looks good. And here what you can do, you can actually customize this so that it looks good. So let's quickly customize this. Like we can come under general. You can check the property. Maybe do you want to reduce the size? That's one. And do you want to include title? Like the title might be total sales. That is 2. And this title, you might decide to bring it to the center. You might decide to increase it to, let's say, 24. That's the size, okay? Then another thing you can do, apart from the title, you can come to effect. Do you want to change the background color of that visual? Yes, we can do that. And do you want to have visual border? Maybe you can say yes, where you see the visual border. I choose no. So you can also put the shadow. So when you put the shadow, you can see the card is making more sense now rather than having it like this, right? All right, so you can do the same customization for all of the visuals. You come to this paint brush, that's how you customize it, and you make your visual to be more appealing. Another thing that you can do to achieve this is what? You can always come to this view. Under view, you can select your theme. So under theme, I can select this one. When I select it, you can see my visual is now making more sense, right? Yeah, maybe the background is better now, isn't it? So it is something like this that you can be comfortable sharing on LinkedIn and on WhatsApp. All right, so after you have finished this, what you can do also, remember we say you can share it on GitHub. So to share it on GitHub, maybe, I don't know how much time we have, but you can snap this. So after snapping this, you come to GitHub. Okay, let me stop sharing and share again so that you can see how to. All right, I assume you all have your GitHub accounts, and this assumes that you log into your GitHub account. When you do that, you can come to this plus where it is saying create new repository. When you click that, so a repository in GitHub, it means a folder where your project files are going to be situated. You need to give your folder a name, which we can call Super Store. All right, you need to describe your project, maybe webinar demo repo. You need to make it public so that you can share it with employers so that they can employ you. You can give the license, maybe the GNU license. Then you say create repository and you click. So once you click, you can now add your README. A README file is a file that is telling someone what your project is doing. So when you click this, oops, I think for the purpose of time, maybe. All right, this README is also taking time to load. So let's go back. Let me just show you what you can do. I think I'm having internet issues. So please bear with me as it is coming up. All right, so the README, to add README, you click this, and this README is something it's just like your Markdown, the one you have in your Google Colab or in your Jupyter Notebook. All right, so the README is taking time. So let me just show you how you can add your code. So to add your code, you can come here and say where it is saying add file, you can click this. Then you say upload files. Hello, please, if I'm on the call, you can just I think we are running out of time, but if I'm the call, you can just indicate so that. Okay. So thank you for the response. All right, so let me go back. Oh, why are you coming back to this place? Create repo. So here, you click this, you say upload files, then this will take you to your system where you get to upload your files. So in this case, maybe you click your Power BI file and you upload it there. Maybe you can say click open. Now it is coming up. Then you say, you add commit message, you say added Power BI. Then you say this, then you say commit changes. So commit in GitHub, it means save. All right. So now you can see this is what I have uploaded. And this is how you share your project file. And you can always get the link. So once you click this link, you can share with somebody on LinkedIn. And you can just have a snapshot of your dashboard and share it on LinkedIn with others so that they can see. In that message, maybe in the comment section, you can put the link to your GitHub, and maybe you put the ALX hashtag so that we can also see what you built. So the hashtag we choose is ALX Portfolio Project. Thank you. Let's go back to the main presentation. All right. Oh, let me check the Q&A. Well, I think we have. So okay, Sia Bonga is saying I'm following the webinar, but I'm stuck at the step where I need to import data. Okay, maybe you need to watch the recording again. How do I select sum of sales for a specific period? Sum of sales is automatically created for you. If it is for a specific period, maybe you may need to add a slicer to your visual so that you can choose that period. All right, or you can add a filter to your visual to choose the period. Are there going to be a break after visualization? I hope we are going to have another webinar for BI and GitHub. Yes, there's going to be a break. I think visualization is the last sprint, right? So for those of you that will be taking Python, there will be a session for Git and GitHub. I hope the next person that is taking the webinar might also walk you through this. And I think I'll have to suspend answering the questions now because of time. Please, I sincerely apologize for all the technical glitches that we experienced through this. I will try as much as possible to see how we can overcome that. Poll is up. Please help us by answering this poll, as your feedback is very important to us and it helps us to be better at our delivery. Thank you all. Over to you, Anibet.
Okay, thank you, Segun. Thank you. Sorry, thank you, Buhari. I missed that off. Thank you so much for that amazing webinar. I hope you guys learned. I hope you guys listened. I hope you guys engaged on it. I mean, please do well to engage on the poll that is popping on your screen. Do not leave without engaging on the poll. And for our learning and technical support, please let's know that for whatever program support you ever need is Zendex as a platform. And if you have any questions that you did not understand in the courses that you're taking, please reach out to our technical mentors who are on answer base and they are there to support you all. Thank you so much. Buhari, the next slide. Next slide, please. Okay, yes. So please remember that your assessment integrated project visualizing Margin Dogo Part 1 is going to be due on Tuesday, 26th August at 9:59 p.m. Please do not wait till the deadline to start submitting. Go through the recording. The recording of this project portfolio lab will be dropped on the program hub. So please do well to engage on it, do well to watch, rewatch the parts you don't understand. You can now come on to answer base and ask the technical mentors who are there. And let's also be informed that our squad leads are holding study group discussions every week. So please don't always scroll through, swipe through, look out at your squad groups, and you see that your study group leads are actually hosting a study group session that you can join. And if you didn't understand anything, they are your peers. They will reason with you, and you guys will have an understanding and get ready to submit your assessment before time. So yes, this is us telling you a very big thank you for coming for this first project portfolio, the portfolio project lab. Yeah, thank you for coming here. We appreciate you. We are grateful, and thank you. On to the music as we all exit from this lab.
Fall asleep on my couch now. Fall asleep watching my mom call. She may not understand the ins and outs, but she knows it's important and maybe anyone can fix it. All of a sudden, music comes to me. Kira believes that. Yeah, she's gone. She misses you.